Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're taking a deep dive, and I mean a real deep dive, into an underwater world where sharks were the least of your concerns. Picture an ancient ocean, a place where creatures were so colossal, so powerful, and so downright bizarre that even today's fiercest sharks would seem like tiny minnows in comparison. If you're up for a terrifying journey into the prehistoric seas, then keep watching. And before we get started, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling us which prehistoric monster you'd most dread meeting in the ocean. Now, let's plunge right in. The oceans we know today might seem perilous, with sharks, jellyfish, and the occasional orca. But the marine threats we're familiar with are nothing compared to the beasts that roamed the seas during the Mesozoic era. Around 150 million years ago, during the Jurassic period, the oceans were ruled by creatures far more terrifying than any great white shark. Forget sharks. The real menaces were marine reptiles known as pliosaurs and plesiosaurs, and trust me, you'd prefer facing a whole school of great whites rather than one of these terrifying monsters. Meet the ancient titans. Let's kick things off with the pliosaurs. These creatures were the apex predators of the Jurassic oceans. Picture a massive body similar to a modern crocodile, but much larger, with powerful flippers designed to propel it through the water like a torpedo. They had short necks, gigantic jaws packed with razor-sharp teeth, and a bite force strong enough to crush bones as though they were mere crackers. One of the most famous of these titans is Liopleurodon. Thanks to popular media, especially shows like Walking with Dinosaurs, many of us have heard that Liopleurodon was a 25-meter, 82-foot super predator. Turns out that's an exaggeration. Fossil evidence suggests it was more likely around 6 to 10 meters, 20 to 33 feet, in length. Still, that's much bigger than any modern shark. Its jaws alone could stretch up to 3 meters, 10 feet long, filled with teeth that could easily be described as nature's daggers. Just imagine being trapped in the ocean with this predator hunting you down. Bigger, badder, and scarier. But here's the twist. Liopleurodon wasn't even the most terrifying predator in these ancient seas. Enter Pliosaurus funki, also known as Predator X. This creature was the true terror of its time, measuring up to 12 meters, 39 feet, and weighing over 15 tons, Predator X boasted a bite force of around 33,000 pounds per square inch. That's more than 4 times the strength of a T-Rex's bite. With jaws capable of crushing bone and shredding prey with ease, it's no surprise that this beast was the real ruler of the Jurassic seas. The long-necked cousins, plesiosaurs. Not all marine reptiles were built for brute strength. Enter the plesiosaurs with their long snake-like necks and paddle-like limbs. These creatures might remind you of the Loch Ness Monster, and for good reason. Nessie's design was inspired by plesiosaurs, but don't let their elegant appearance fool you. These reptiles were stealthy hunters, snatching up fish and squid with their lightning-fast necks. While not as frightening as pliosaurs, some plesiosaurs grew to massive sizes and likely had few predators to fear. The apex predator lifestyle. What made pliosaurs and plesiosaurs so effective in their roles as oceanic dominators? For one, their adaptations were remarkable. With streamlined bodies, enormous flippers, and the ability to hold their breath for extended periods, they could ambush prey from below, moving like a missile. Their large eyes gave them exceptional vision, even in murky water, and their bite force unmatched. While modern sharks tend to rely on a bite and wait tactic, allowing their prey to bleed out before moving in for the kill, pliosaurs struck instantly, ensuring a swift and clean kill. Sharks? What sharks? Sharks were around during this time, but in comparison, they were minor players in the ocean's drama. Today's great whites may be the ocean's top predators, but back in the day, prehistoric sharks like Habotus and Stethocanthus were more like side characters in a larger-than-life monster movie. These sharks were small and fast, but even the largest prehistoric shark would have avoided crossing paths with a pliosaur. An ocean of nightmares. Now, imagine yourself swimming in these ancient waters. Schools of ichthyosaurs darting by, plesiosaurs lying in wait like underwater snipers, and then, boom, Pliosaurus funke barrels toward you like a submarine with jaws. Unlike today, where humans are the apex predators, in this world, you'd be at the very bottom of the food chain. Forget swimming to shore. You won't be outrunning a pliosaur. The gigantic mystery. In 2023, a terrifying discovery was made, a vertebra that could belong to the largest pliosaur ever found. Estimated to be part of a creature over 14 meters, 46 feet long, this behemoth would have made Predator X look like a mere baby. Scientists haven't fully classified it yet, but the very idea of an even bigger predator lurking in the past is enough to stir up thalassophobia, the fear of the deep open ocean. Why did they go extinct? Even the fiercest predators in history aren't immune to the forces of nature. The extinction of marine reptiles like pliosaurs and plesiosaurs was triggered by the same cataclysmic event that wiped out the dinosaurs. The asteroid impact that struck Earth around 66 million years ago. When the asteroid hit the Yucatan Peninsula, it set off a chain reaction of devastation, huge tsunamis, widespread wildfires, and a global nuclear winter effect blocked out sunlight for months, possibly years. Without sunlight, marine ecosystems collapsed as plankton, the foundation of the oceanic food chain, died off. This loss of plankton meant there was no food to support smaller marine life, and as a result, larger predators like pliosaurs had no chance of surviving. But it wasn't just the asteroid that sealed their fate. Rising volcanic activity, climate changes, and fluctuating sea levels had already put immense pressure on marine ecosystems. As water temperatures shifted and habitats shrank, many large marine reptiles found it increasingly difficult to adapt. Smaller, more versatile species like certain sharks and fish could endure these changes, but giant predators like Predator X and Liopleurodon were too specialized to survive. Unlike modern sharks, which can adjust their diets and hunting techniques, pliosaurs depended on large prey, and when that prey disappeared, extinction was inevitable. Their disappearance left a vacuum in the ocean ecosystem. After the marine reptiles were gone, new apex predators took their place. This marked the rise of giant sharks like Megalodon, which appeared millions of years later. These enormous sharks became the ocean's new kings, a reminder that nature abhors a vacuum. When one predator dies off, another rises to take its place. What's left today? While the colossal pliosaurs and plesiosaurs are long extinct, today's oceans still harbor creatures that can send shivers down your spine. One of the most notable modern monsters is the colossal squid, Misumnecoteuthis hamiltoni, a deep-sea giant that can grow up to 14 meters, 46 feet long. Unlike its prehistoric counterparts, the colossal squid uses long, sharp tentacles lined with swiveling hooks to catch and immobilize prey. In fact, battles between colossal squids and sperm whales have been documented through the scars left on whale skin, providing a glimpse into deep-sea showdowns that could easily fit into a Jurassic-era horror movie. The fact that such immense creatures still thrive in the deep ocean only adds to our collective fear of the unknown abyss. But squids aren't the only oddities of the deep. Creatures like the goblin shark, Mitsukurina ostoni, or the frilled shark, Chlamydococcus sanguineus look like something straight out of a prehistoric nightmare. These living fossils have barely changed in millions of years, managing to survive by adapting to the harsh, lightless depths of the ocean. And then there are creatures like the giant isopod, a giant armored sea bug, which, though not a predator, is unsettling in its own right. Its alien appearance reminds us that not all monsters need to be killers to leave us with a sense of unease. In many ways, the ancient terror of the sea still lingers today. While we may no longer have Liopleurodon or Predator X lurking beneath the waves, the vast unexplored expanse of the ocean still keeps us on edge. Scientists estimate that over 80% of the world's oceans remain unexplored, meaning that undiscovered creatures could still lurk in the abyss. Modern sea monsters may not rival the size or power of their Jurassic-era counterparts, but they continue to fuel our deepest fears of what might still be out there. Would you survive? Surviving in a Jurassic ocean would be nearly impossible. Predators like Predator X and Liopleurodon were perfectly evolved killing machines. With bite forces of up to 33,000 pounds, Predator X could crush bones like twigs, and Liopleurodon's razor-sharp teeth could impale prey in a single strike. Unlike modern sharks, which often test bite before going in for the kill, these creatures struck with full force right from the start. Their hunting style was much like an orca's, fast, calculated, and ruthless. Once they locked onto you, there would be no chance to outswim, outmaneuver, or outlast them. Escape? Forget it. Swimming away would be useless since creatures like Predator X were faster and more agile. Hiding in underwater caves might delay the inevitable, but these predators could corner their prey with ease. Even if you had modern equipment like scuba tanks or harpoon guns, it wouldn't matter. Their ambush tactics would leave you with no chance to fight back. The moment you hit the water, you'd become prey. In summary, surviving in a prehistoric ocean would be hopeless. Unlike today's oceans, where humans have technology, boats, and safe zones, the Jurassic seas were ruled by unstoppable marine reptiles. Concepts like playing dead wouldn't work, and swimming to safety would only make you more noticeable. If you found yourself in the water with these predators, your odds of survival wouldn't just be slim, they'd be non-existent. If you've made it this far, congratulations! You've survived the scariest ocean tour imaginable! From Liopleurodon to Predator X, we've learned that sharks were nothing compared to these prehistoric sea monsters. But which one terrified you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Who doesn't love a good prehistoric monster story? Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time for more deep sea thrills and ancient adventure.